good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what time of day you're watching this, or indeed whereabouts in the world you are. I'm Mod.
I'm 4040.
And we're back with the Kerbal Space Program PvP series.
Yeah, pew 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 pew.
Pew pew pew. And just to bring people up to speed, well, I'll do that because you're busy looking at something elsewhere.
Yes.
Last time we got as far as building a nice station, and I think we put motivation on the bottom of it. Let's load up. NC. Where's Tux? T. We saved it, didn't we?
Yeah, you should have done. Well, yeah, it's got a name.
Yeah, I called it the TIP.
Look for your initials.
I am. TIP.
It could be autosave shit. There's in that file that you're scrolling through. There's an autosave ship, and so we know it was a new file when I was doing stuff on it. And I'm pretty sure I didn't create an autosave ship. It might be yours. Maybe.
Oh, touch wood then. Well, we built a station, and now we're going. Oh God, is this it? No, that's not my ship.
No, that's mine.
Where's my ship?
You can exit from that one now if you've. Oh, look at that! It said autosave ship, but right at the top it says CIP Tsunami.
Yes, I'm not looking at this. My hand's now in front of the screen, so I'm not looking.
It's okay. I don't mind. It's my bad. I told you to. So that's weird. It's labelled it as something different. Okay.
Autosave pro. Well, where is it? I saved it.
Yeah, you did. I know you saved as you were making it. You were saving it. Yeah. But then there was a crash, so I don't know if the save file itself.
Oh, there was that big crash, wasn't there? Well, it looks like we've got a lot to do this episode then, 4040.
Well, the station was fairly simple. You know what you're doing. You just need to mimic the idea that you had in your head.
Well, if you'd be kind enough to tell people about the history of the PvP series while I quickly put something together.
Okay. We're going to talk roleplay, ladies and gentlemen. This series happens behind a very loosely joined together story that's naturally evolved from when our initial idea had. The story naturally evolved from Cryax, which is my lot, and Nightshade's lot, Nightshade Industries. He's an imaginative sort, that guy. We decided to do a few missions together and see kind of what happened, because we're going to goof up at some point, and whoever's fault it was, that's it, that's going to be the cause of the war. There was an accident in space. The news report reads that we can report in the hours of last night successful rescue mission. After the successful rescue mission, there's been a slew of allegations from both industrial giants. As it stands at the moment, the two companies are running independent investigations into the cause of the incident that left two Kerbal adrift in space. Unfortunately, both corporations are pointing the blame very firmly at each other, citing everything from incompetence to outright sabotage. The NC Orbiter 1 is staffed by a cooperative team from both companies, and to date is the largest Kerbal-made object in orbit around the planet. We hope that this hostility can be settled for the good of all Kerbal kind. What happened is, as it implies, two Kerbals were left adrift in space when there was, Kerbal glitched, and we decided that we'd use the glitch as an impetus for us rolling forward. So yeah, the two companies were kind of each other's throat. In the meantime of that, Cryax Industries, started developing some ships and putting some stuff up, at which point Nightshade then breaks his silence and reports, files a claim against Cryax Industries, citing that pretty much every spacecraft that Cryax Industries has built has used ideas from Nightshade Industries and parts from Nightshade Industries, and that Cryax Industries is in the bad.
Lol.
And that they're going to sue them in the High Court. At which point Cryax Industries are like, well, whatever, bring it. So this kind of boils on for a few weeks. The companies at each other's throats. The next breaking news is that it seemed at some point last night, Cryax Industries' ship, the Dragoon's Tier, was struck by some sort of space debris in orbit around Kerbal. Unconfirmed reports place another ship, the NI Angel project, the version 1 in the same vicinity. Nightshade Industries has hinted that there may have been some sort of malfunction or asteroid detection glitch in their systems, and it may have fired a few probes in the area but aren't confirming anything. The Northern Coalition has declined to comment on the incident as investigations are underway. So, that's literally the opening shot. The next news report is a bit more longer and in-depth, confirming that Crux Industries has successfully lobbied the High Court to secure a mandate to aggressively defend their air assets in space. Until recently, the Northern Coalition had been turning a blind eye to the rogue mining company Nightshade Industries, putting illegal and possibly dangerous space vehicles into Kerbal orbit. Crux Industries was able to draw attention to the issue after one of its assets was deliberately fired upon by a probe and mining equipment that had the suspicious telltale signatures of being ship-to-ship weaponry. Nightshade Industries claimed that this was an accident, and that their Crux ship was not broadcasting its ID signal. Crux Industries responded by providing proof that not only was it broadcasting its ID signal to all parties, and this was confirmed by the logs gathered by the NC, but that the two parties involved were in radio contact during the entire incident. The recordings of the radio contact were a pivotal legal argument by Crux Industries. As of from tomorrow, when the paper was signed by the High Court, Crux Industries is legally able to defend and pursue the defence of its craft in the airspace in the Kerbal solar system. The Northern Coalition have commented, the government cannot stand idly by and allow rogue companies to endanger the people of this planet. It is clear that Nightshade Industries is operating with a complete disregard of safety of its employees and the people living on the planet. We have acted in the best interests of our people. The company Crux Industries is currently in the best position to provide this protection. As we are offering our support to them, we will build our own government-funded space program. So that Crux Industries gets the green light, gets the thumbs up and says, you know what, go ahead. You are allowed to officially defend yourself. The very next move by Crux Industries was to neutralise this mining vessel. This dangerous mining vessel that got sent up. That was still in orbit, that was still armed, this fully armed and operational mining vessel, might I add. So I sent up a mission to hit the ship that had tried to hit me. Failed to, might I add. The weaponry that was fired at me proved to be ineffective as it glanced off one or two armour panels. There was an explosion, but we believe it was just the weapon disintegrating as opposed to my ship disintegrating. Then Crux Industries sent up another mission, an assault mission. I've sent up two of my Spider assault craft in one launch, and managed in one shot to neutralise the dangerous mining vessel. By an absolute fluke, I managed to hit the vessel either side of where the cockpit that the two Kerbal who were piloting this were in. So the two Kerbal actually survived. Everything else was completely disintegrated, but the Kerbal survived. Hooray!
Huzzah!
Well, you know, you got to respect the other Kerbals who fly these dangerous machines. I mean, they probably don't have a choice. Probably. So after neutralising this, there may have been a little bit of another glitch involved, where I fired a large amount of weaponry, causing the entire frame rate to drop to less than 1 frame a second. And when Kerbal glitches like this, and I didn't do this deliberately, it kind of starts to forget physics, and it literally teleports the items as it's, rather than has them fly in a straight line like normal. When the frames drop to below its rendering process speed, it forgets that the object's been in between position 1 and position 2. So it literally jumps forward in steps, and it doesn't remember it's in the middle. So my projectile is near to his ship, jumps forward, and then jumps into the very centre of his ship without touching any of his armour.
A likely start.
At which point it detonates, because the game goes, oh shit, there's a collision mesh here. Boom? Not only did it explode, but a few of the bits that were hit kind of let go of each other and just floated off. It's something I've noticed a lot with ships with lots of parts. if you do something with a ship with lots of parts and just add silly more stuff and cause the game to bug out, sometimes those parts just let go of each other. And that's kind of what happened to his ship. It kind of fell apart and started spinning, and bits peeled off it because of the centrifugal forces, and left the command pod just floating through space with debris all around it. So after quite a few different launches, the end of Series 1 resulted in me launching a rescue mission to rescue those 2 pilots, because, you know, it's not nice to have Kerbal stranded in space, and I'll quite happily go and rescue them if wanted to, as a Northern Coalition sponsored mission, which would be a mission that would be out of my turn. I wouldn't be allowed to fire on anybody, take fuel from anybody, but I launched a rescue mission. We did it together, me and Nightshade, and it proved to be extremely successful. We did it. We managed to rescue those 2 guys and bring them back to Kerbin perfectly fine. And that's, as it stands at the moment, was that I had quite a few different ships, all fully armed, all fully fueled up, sitting in orbit, with Nightshade Industries with nothing other than a load of debris floating in orbit and 1 complete disabled ship. So, and then there was this massive sunstorm. The massive sunstorm forced every piloted vehicle to be grounded and pretty much destroyed everything that was left in orbit. And this is where the timeline that you're brought in.
Don't worry, I'm listening. Don't worry. I'm just
there you go. That's the end of the story, really. At the moment, we've got empty space. We're each putting our assets up, and then it's a case of fire at will, or not, as the case may be. You might want to hold back and just see what happens. You know, would you respond to an unprovoked act of aggression, or would you just go for it?
I would probably try and play it politically, because, like you said, there's a roleplay element to this now, isn't there?
Yeah.
So I think I would actually try to be political and try and be diplomatic about various actions that may or may not be taking place on the battlefield, as it were. I'd have to try and do things properly, and then, you know, because you know how I roll in real life 40-40. I don't believe violence solves anything, so I'd probably use that as a last resort.
Violence solves... No, you're right.
Explosions
Violence doesn't solve everything.
As much as I love explosions,
Power solves everything.
Power. Well, we'll call this the Aurora Beacon this time, and we'll actually click save now. That's definitely saved, yeah?
Okay, yep, cool.
This is pretty much what we did last time with the docking ports. I've put some lights on because I can.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, you need lights.
Docking easier.
Lots of solar panels, loads of generators, batteries. Oh, we haven't put the communitrons on. That's the only thing we haven't done yet.
Like I said, as long as it's got 1 communitron on it somewhere, and it hasn't been knocked off, then it still counts as being a command and control device. I'm happy with this being fairly small, because it's not actually a ship, it's a station. So it can devote all of its power to powering its communications devices. Whereas if you sent a tiny fighter up with a communitron on it and said, oh yeah, that's totally my thing, I'd be a bit, you can send... that doesn't count. If you want it to be a war vessel and still be a command control vessel, then you have to send up a capital ship, because they're big enough with enough power generation to be able to do all of that and more.
Good times, eh? Good times.
So the thinking of this is that it'll be a base of operations?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
With massive potential to expand it if need be. Sorry?
I see you've left the top open, there's nothing on the very tip of it.
No, I'm looking for a clamp. Where are the clamps? I'm in structural. It's utility, isn't it? Yes.
What kind of clamps are you after? Docking clamps?
Just a clampatron will do. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yep. That's generally... Oh, here's a tip. That's how I make all my weapons. I always have a docking port, like 2 docking ports joined together in construction as part of the mechanism for the weapons, and then you mount whatever you want on top of them, but when you can then reload them by ejecting the one of them, leaving as it looks like now, and then you can just send another stack of weaponry up and dock it on, and there you go, it's weaponized again.
Ah, fair enough.
That's generally how we do it.
Okay guys, welcome back after much trial, tribulation, error and explosions.
And party wings.
Party wings. We have finally got the Aurora beacon on the launch pad.
Yay.
All this just for one tiny little thing in here is crazy. So, 4040, I believe you were going to talk me through using MechJeb for the first time.
Okay, so you see you've got a tab that you've opened up the side there, and it's got lots and lots of settings on it. The first setting, yep, that tab there. First setting at the top is called Ascent Guidance. I'd like you to check the little box next to it, and it should open a window. There you go.
Yeah, it opens. Okay, now what?
Okay, bring it up. I want you to leave that window open. Okay.
Oh!
And also looking down that, I want you to bring up, just scanning down here, orbital information. It's third from the bottom. Okay, these are the two boxes I have open when doing an ascent. The orbital information box tells you how fast you're going, which it thinks, because the planet you're on is spinning in its own right, so you are already doing stuff. Your apoapsis is 84 meters because that's how tall your ship is. Your periapsis currently, if you continue, is there. So it's a good idea. You can keep an eye on the apoapsis or periapsis without having to zoom out to the main map, is what I'm saying.
Ah, okay. Handy for cinematic stuff.
Yep. So you don't, if you want to continue looking at this, you do say, oh, if only there was a way I didn't have to keep splitting out to the map. There is a way. This one. It also tells you all the degrees and eccentricities you want, which is great. The Ascent Guidance box, it's fairly simple. You've got your different settings, so you can tell it how many kilometers you want to go up. So it's already set at 100 kilometers as standard. Well, you can change that. The inclination, 90 degrees is equal to 0 degrees. It's a bit weird, but yeah. Prevent overheats, keep that one checked. Limits terminal velocity, you're fine. Corrective steering, turn auto stage off. Auto warp on is fine. Edit ascent path, click that. Just see what it's got set automatically. So that's got its turn start at 5 kilometers. So we don't actually want that, do we? We want to have the turn between 15 and 20.
Let's make it 15 then.
Okay. 70 is fine. Fine. Okay. Turn shape is just a slider that you can just change how steep the curve is, but that's fine as it is. Yeah. So you can make it like silly steep or not.
Let's leave it on, what was it on before? 40 was it?
Yeah, about that.
Here we go.
Okay.
And I can close that again, can I?
Yep. So the main thing to remember about all of this is 0 inclination is 90 degrees, because inclination is different to 90 degrees.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so if you've got it on 0, it's fine. If you've got it on 90 degrees, if you've got it on inclination of 90, I believe it points north. So yeah, once you've got everything sorted out on the autopilot, what you want to do is you want to click Engage Autopilot, and it throttles up. Now it's not doing anything at the moment because you need to place. You've got auto stage turned off, so it requires you to hit the space bar at the right moment until it's launching. Now,
how about that moment?
Yep. Now it's a simple case. If you keep your hands off the keyboard, if there's anything actually wrong with the ship, MechJeb will be able to find it for you. Why have you got your monopropylene and solid fuel up?
Say again?
Why have you got your monopropylene and solid fuel?
I don't know, I may have accidentally clicked on it.
Just mouse over the requisite ones and there you go. I mean, it's wobbling around a lot. If you notice, its corrective steering is going mental. It might be because the payload's a bit loose. And it's also throttling up and down a lot, which is the limit to terminal velocity thing.
Why doesn't it go away, 4040?
Don't know, you've done something. Wow, this ship's this is squirreling around like nobody's business.
I'm trying to think what the frames per second is. I can't see that at the moment because of the way I've got my recording program set up at the moment.
Well, it's not necessarily your frames per second, but it's how the game's throttling itself as well. You're getting more than 1 frame a second. You're getting a lot higher than that, I reckon. About 5, 6 frames per second at the moment.
It's not impressive, is it? It's not good.
No. And you see how the throttle is just bouncing up and down.
Yeah, actually.
You've got limit to terminal velocity, that's what it's doing right now. If you turn limit to terminal velocity off, it'll just throttle straight up and it'll go for it.
I think we'll leave it for now.
Okay. It might not be too healthy because you see that it's wobbling everywhere.
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
there you
whoa,
go. It gave up the ghost. I don't know what did that. Whether that was it. I'm not sure what caused that.
That is now game over. There goes that's what's left of our station.
Oh well, well that counts as a failed launch, so it's fine, it's okay. Part of the testing.
Frame rate's come back beautifully.
I'd perhaps untick limit to terminal velocity, because that might have been what was causing the wobbling. You might also want to turn that render limit down, up I mean.
We'll probably have to do that at another point, because I think that needs a restart.
Okay.
And you know how long it takes me to restart Kerbal on
Nothing's
this system.
gone boom.
I mean,
so engage autopilot and just press spacebar and see what happens.
let's just double check that. I know you say it saves it, but I'm not used to this program yet. Well, when I say the program, I mean MechJeb. Do I want to increase the altitude of the orbit a bit more? Because yours are around about the 100 mark, aren't they?
100's fine. 100's out of the atmosphere. If you just want something that's just going to be out of the atmosphere that's easy to get to, 100's perfect.
Off we go then.
Because remember, the closer you are, the less distance that any graphic setup should have to be. Right, you see that's wobbling?
More struts. It's wobbling quite badly.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. I think it's the payload inside of that. Because you can't reinforce the cowling itself. You can't put struts on the cowling, which is a bad thing. So it could be the cowling itself, because you've attached to the cowling, haven't you?
I'll tell you what, look at the nav ball. We're a lot more stable in that sense.
Yeah, we are.
There's only slight wobbling.
I'm hoping as we come out of the atmosphere, the wobbling calms down, because I think it's just the wind and stuff causing chaos at the moment. You are currently...
Wait.
No, never mind. Wow, balls. Nothing you can do about that.
I have a new plan.
I redesigned the bottom end of that.
I'm thinking of just removing the solid fuel altogether. It's a complication we don't overly need.
There you go, they've just turned off now. Okay, you'll get rid of the solid fuel, see if it'll lift off without them.
I think it will. I mean, look at this, it's still going quite happily, with plenty of fuel still on board. Oh, ow!
What was it?
We lost the stage.
Okay. I'd also suggest taking off the solid fuel, the big fuel rockets, and putting decouplers in between them, and then strutting them like normal. And you can completely ignore the decouplers; they can just be there just to remind the game that things are attached like they should be.
Hang on, it's going.
Also, why have you got a solid fuel right at the top? If you look at your staging.
I don't know actually. Oh well.
Alright, disengage autopilot.
Wait.
Oh, there's more things going wrong. Right,
yeah, I just want to see it explode now.
It's split. What has it? It's still recording at the engines there. Wow! Something is wrong with this. It's gonna...
Good times. Boosh. Oh, they're not supposed to separate yet.
You got them in the wrong place then.
Yep.
You can.
Oh wow, still
you
got
can just ignore and leave the cowling alone, and just have the space station open to the air. That will then allow you to run struts as high as you can up to the space station.
Nah.
Which means that there won't be any wobbling.
I think we'll leave it as is. And oh, it's got enough power to recover from that. Let's go back up again.
Well, it thinks your current AP is going to be up to 23, 24.
25,
No,
26. Must forget.
do you want to try and
forget
get
we got
this
this window
to
as well.
work, or do you want just to launch refresh? Because it's just wasted that entire middle stage.
Fuel's looking alright, actually.
Okay. Well, you got a lot of fuel, but you got the worst engine for economy. But yeah, it's definitely. If
true.
you look at it now, even though the stresses are reduced, you can still see the actual station itself is wobbling. That's a problem right there, which means that you lose the cowling, and it might make the problem go away.
We shall see, Mr. 4040. We shall see. Oh, it's leaning over quite a bit now. 70, 71. I'm going to leave it. This is going to work.
But it needs to have enough power to circularize.
I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Whoa. Was that MechJeb?
Yeah, that's MechJeb.
And it's just lost bits.
So when it does that with really powerful engines, it can just disintegrate your craft at this point because it just blips them on and off, which is annoying. It doesn't. It's not very smart. It blips them on full power. It doesn't just have them on just a tiny little bit. That's some of the solar panels.
Space.
Okay. It's coasting to circularization burn, but it's not pointing anywhere near it wants to be, which is a bit weird.
What if we turn the RCS on?
I don't know why it's not auto warping. Oh, it's trying. Yeah, that's why it had no control. It'll wait till it gets to the blue marker, at which point it will engage auto warp, and it will just warp to where it wants to be. The station does look very
like
pretty.
A flower. It's not bad, is it, actually?
It looks pretty. Oh, you put different solar panels on.
I thought they were sort of strange. I thought they had some sort of symmetry on them. That's what I went for. I didn't realise that one was a long strip and the other was a block.
Yeah, they're all like that.
But wow, I'm quite happy with that.
It looks pretty. It looks like.
Whoa!
No. Well, that doesn't count as a launch because it's periapsis. It's going to come down again. It's not. You've not circularized it enough.
Well, that's a fucking shame.
No. So wobbling is still an issue. I'd say leave it in its dish thingy, but fuck the cowling off and put some struts because that's what screwed you up eventually.
Well, this is going to be fun. We're ready at a decent length of episode for this one.
But you've got more at the bottom than at the top, which is what makes it important. Okay, just go. Just don't sit around waiting for the hook. Just go. Another suggestion that might work, if this doesn't work again, is right on the tip of your satellite, putting one of the oversized nose cones that you can eject once you're in space.
Ah.
That might help with the whole aerodynamics thing.
We shall have to see, Mr. 4040. We shall have to see.
It's going to throttle back in a second because, yeah, there you go. It's just throttled back to stop the overheat. Which I quite like because sometimes if I'm microtasking and looking at different things, it's like, oh fuck, overheat.
It's part of the challenge. It's partly why I don't like MechJeb. I like to do it hands-on as possible.
It's true. For you and me, doing a launch, fairly standard, right? For Nightshade, he has flying around in space and stuff for him is a bit. He knows what he wants to do, but sometimes he just can't do it. It's because he doesn't get much chance to play the game, which means that he doesn't actually spend that much time off camera in development or learning how the game works.
I think with off-camera development and whatnot, you might as well tell the boys and girls about how much I'm actually allowed to develop off-camera.
Off camera, because the game save file gets passed around every week, you have your allotted week to play with it. Outside of that allotted week, because there's 3 people, you get 2 weeks worth of development time that you can make stuff and test it in a different save file, and then just copy the ship across when you're ready to launch it proper. Just swap the save files. So you should have 2 weeks of development and 1 week worth of stuff once we start passing things around. Oh, bottles. What's going on there?
Plane crashes, what's happened?
What's that say?
Big bad things happen.
Hardly any time at all.
Compared to some people out there that spend hours and hours and hours. Why would they want to do that for? I don't know. Let's bring this down a little bit more.
Make it sound like I've got nothing to do with my days and I've got lots of time in my hands.
Go!
Ooh, look at that wobble! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! No!
40-40.
Is your space station safe? The space station's fine. Like, yeah.
I do believe you made my design worse. Oh, all the solar panels, and it's crashed.
Oh. Oh, damn it!
Well, I suppose we'll better bring you back in on the launch pad, guys. Okay, welcome back, guys. We have finally strutted the crap out of this and trying to make it better so it actually fucking works. Easy said than done, I realise. All the staging is sorted. We're ready to go. So, 40-40.
Hello.
Count us in.
Okay, we're coming in a 3, 2, 1, fire. That's looking okay.
Don't count the chickens just yet, sir.
I'm not jinxing it. I'm just saying it looks okay. That's not saying it looks good. Ah, damn it! I said it.
Okay, so we've added a nose cone on the top. We've strutted the hell out of these bits down here. We're looking alright for now.
Yeah. Personally, I'm not sure. I try and launch this myself because at the moment it's going too fast than it should do because it's fighting against the air right now. You're burning unnecessary fuel. No, it's not an issue for you because you've got a shit ton of fuel.
Should I limit the terminal velocity then?
No, because that had the speedometer bouncing all over the place, didn't it? I just disengage autopilot and fly it manually until you until you get past the thickest part of the atmosphere, and then you just let it do its own thing.
So you think that's the issue then?
It could be just because it's going too fast through the thick part of the atmosphere, but then again it fell apart really high up as well, didn't it? Oh, hello.
Just like you said.
And just try and be gentle on the controls. Why is that? Oh, it's broken in the middle, look. It's that bit right there that's breaking. You see it?
Yes.
It's not... It's the engine itself that's losing connection. Wow, just look at that. Oh, okay, that's gone.
I tried to stage it and it went wrong.
Exit. Escape, escape, escape before it crashes.
Hang about.
Okay.
This is pretty much where we got to last time when we started rescuing it and going back. Oh no, wait, actually we're at 29 kilometres. This is only 13. At least it's going back up nicely.
Okay, so we now know that the centre bit needs a lot more strutting because it's just not strong enough.
Yep.
Okay, okay, something interesting to note.
Gravity rock. We're making progress, 40. We're definitely making progress. And I'm sure people at home are now getting more than a bit fed up of watching us fail to build things. Oh, well.
Oh, come on, you don't watch Kerbal Space Program for people to play it, like, perfectly.
Yeah, true, true. Is it possible for this to move down at all? No, we can't, can we?
No, you can shrink it, you can click the sidey thing to make it go away.
That'll do for now. I just want to see that bit. So I'm thinking of turning the RCS on in a bit. We've got plenty of it. Yeah, we've got plenty. Although I don't think we're going to make it into orbit. I could be wrong though. No wait, apoapsis is looking okay. I think this is going to make it 40. Whoa, whoa,
You
whoa,
might not...
whoa, 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 whoa. That thing you were talking about happened.
Yep, it does that. It's because you've just got massively power rockets on this bit. You refuse to downgrade the size of the rockets.
Oh, duh. Point, go on, point in the right direction. Stop.
Good luck getting a periapsis though, that's all I'm saying.
Space.
Right. It's trying to get... It's going to burn... Well, it's going to time warp out to its apoapsis, then it's going to burn for its periapsis. I'm not sure if you've got enough fuel to get the periapsis up.
I think we do.
Okay. Alright.
But I think I should take control.
Yeah.
Let's just see what
Well,
happens.
it's got you
this
there.
time,
You just disengage autopilot. If you click it.
Hang on. Hang on. Let's just give it a chance. If it does start being silly buggers.
It'll be silly right at the end of the burn. That's when it blips it on and off.
If it does, I'm hovering.
Okay.
And it should automatically cut the engines, right? If not, I'm hovering over the X key as well.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to like reduce the throttle down to half. It just goes blip on, off, on, off.
And
It's being sensible. And there we go. That is a successful launch. You have apoapsis and periapsis 100. Well done.
40-40! We did it! We did a successful launch!
You did the thing! Well done!
Yay!
Okay, it crashed halfway through, but the remainder of it struggled out for the wreckage like a rising phoenix and fired its way into the sky.
So that's our station then. Let's open up the everything.
Yep. Now the question is, do you... you've lost the docking port on the top. It fell off. So what's the... Is there any damage other than that docking port? Is there...
Oh shit, I
Anything
see
on
now,
wrong?
yeah. We just got a battery there.
Well, you're going to want to open all your communitrons and stuff, aren't you?
Already doing it.
Cool, cool. Whoa, is opening those communitrons making this spaz out?
I think
It is as well, isn't it? You see that? How it flicks and spazzes?
Yes. Oh, wait.
That... Oh, that could be because of the lights and stuff. If it's doing silly stuff, just do the quick time walk forward and then stop it.
It doesn't matter if it's spinning too much unless we're trying to get something to engage with it.
Okay,
I don't think so anyway.
that's fine. It means it's hard to pick a specific target if you're going to do a targeted attack. The only problem is if somebody decapitates it and takes all the aerials off it, then it no longer counts.
Oh, apparently we have no RCS ports to help counteract the spin. Even though we've got forwards, backwards, up and down.
Damn it, we lost the ones on the top, didn't we?
We've got up, down, left, right. We got... Do we have forwards, backwards? Yes, we have all those ones. We just don't have...
Stop the spin, it's spinning too fast, it'll break itself apart.
I can't.
Fast forward time.
Oh, wait. Got it. No, it's going the other direction now. Stop it.
You can also... if you get rid of the ascent guidance by clicking the little box on the top of it.
Yep.
There you go. And you pull out MechJeb again. Yep. I'll show you another useful thing. It's called Smart ASS. Okay?
Let's get rid of the orbit.
Now, this is a nice little quick tool that you can use to click. For example, you just click kill rotation.
Okay.
It'll just stop.
Ah, okay.
Now it will keep tweaking it because you've got quite a long rope like thing. But if it's good enough, then you can just tell it to turn off again by clicking off. The other things is you can tell it to point prograde or retrograde by clicking prograde or retrograde, and it will do it automatically for you.
Ah, very nice.
Surf you want for if you're trying to land. You can click on that, and then there's options in that one which tells you if you want your craft to be pointing in a certain direction. Target is useful if you're trying to point at something or mate with things.
So, say for example, you got an interceptor with missiles, you fly towards your target, and then...
So if you've got something selected as a target, you can do stuff. ADV, I'm not sure what that does, I don't use that. But that's the Smart SAS and Ascent Guidance are the two things that I use the most of. There are lots of other things, for example, docking autopilot, landing guidance, which is for like airplanes and stuff, maneuver node editors, which means that you can, like, if you've got a node that you've already set up, but you know when we have trouble when we've just got to tweak it a tiny bit and we just can't get it exactly right?
Yeah.
The maneuver node editor, you can literally just go, I want it tweaked by a 0000.1 bit, which means you can be a lot more precise. Should be able to set up my nodes a lot quicker then. RCS balancer, kind of useful, not used it very much. Revendos autopilot and Revendos planner are the two you want to use if you want to get up to an enemy ship. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, you need to set targets. Rover autopilot I've not used. Settings I generally don't touch. Spaceplane guidance is self-explanatory. Utilities is not really one that I use very much. It's like the launch stage. It's got acceleration, prevent, blah blah blah. It's the standard stuff that's always active. Delta V status is just basically tells you how much. So you've got enough fuel left in that to be able to add another 477 meters per second onto your current velocity for
6 seconds, is that?
6 seconds.
Yeah. Oh no, atmo time. Vac time is what we want, so 7 seconds. Let's have a look at vessel info. Current acceleration 0, max thrust 38,000 kilonewtons. That is kilonewtons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember something from school! Oh my god, school actually taught me something. I am now 31 years of age and I've just remembered something that I got taught, about 15 years ago. Wow. I don't feel old at all.
Now, another one that you're going to want to know about is your maneuver planner, which is near the middle at the top. Maneuver planner.
It does seem to be in alphabetical order, does it not? Maneuver planner.
Okay. You see this has got lots of little arrows? There's arrows, it's circularized in the middle, so you can tell it to immediately circularize your orbit, or you can tell it to change your periaptus automatically, change your, and then click it again. Or not. Yep. So you can independently change them. Inclination, at the moment you're inclination 0. match planes with target. So this is like, again, kind of easy mode where you can just tell it, I want it to do blah, please do it.
Bloody hell.
Yep.
Just a bit here, mate.
So quite a lot of useful tools, especially if there's like something that you're not sure how to do yourself, it'll help you. Of course, MechJeb does mess up occasionally, which means that somebody like yourself who's got experience with the game will see it mess up pretty fucking quickly. That's the only downside that Nightshade has. He doesn't really play the game that much. He's got just about the basics, and he uses MechJeb to fly his really complicated stuff that he wouldn't normally have the experience to fly. And MechJeb is his crutch, whereas with us we can use it because we're being lazy. But if the crutch slips, then we can catch it early.
Fair enough. Anyway, shall we go on? Sorry, sir.
That's it. So that's pretty much that's MechJeb. You can choose to use it. You can choose not to use it. It's completely up to you. It is an option that is there. I find it useful for the super heavy stuff because it can be a lot more precise, especially when trying to set up nodes. Also, if I'm being lazy, it will launch stuff for me. So there you go. You got TIP Aurora Beacon.
Is it just me? Is this going really smooth all of a sudden? Also, no, you won't be able to see it properly over Skype, will you? Because of the nature of Skype. But it just looks like it's going a million frames a second then.
The glorious 20 to 30 frames a second that you get over Skype.
It's fantastic. Anyway, shall we make the second launch? I'm thinking just, again, being lazy. I'm going to be lazy if I'm perfectly honest. I want to put a second station up there.
Okay.
Just as another redundancy, in case you hit one, you still have to hit the other one.
So you don't want to put a combat vessel up. You don't want something that can react to.
No, I told you I'm going to be a pacifist. Tuxedo Industries is all about research and development. And if I need to research and develop weapons, then I will have to do that. But that means that someone like Cryax or Nightshade is going to come for me. If that's the case, you guys can attack me first. You can attack each other. I'll just retaliate as I see fit.
I kind of imagined that yourself and Nightshade would team up against me as being the biggest threat.
Well, we'll see. If Nightshade approaches me, hey Nightshade, I don't know if you watch my videos, but if you do, I'm open to discussion, offers, bribery, Jaffa cakes.
Yay, Jaffa cakes.
So yes, we won't call this one the Aurora Beacon. This one will be...
You can change the name once you've launched it. The Aurora Beacon could be the design, then you change the name once you've launched it if you want.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
We do need to reinforce the middle of this though, because it snapped halfway, didn't it?
That was quite...
As soon as it bent over, that middle section there broke. So I'd suggest some reinforcing down, not onto the nose cones specifically, because I think those broke as well. Because it's all attached to the nose cones, but the nose cones aren't attached to anything else. They're just using their natural strength, which isn't usually... It's not very high, to be honest. Nose cones shear off really easily. So yeah, somewhere down there is good. I don't know why. I think it's just because the rocket just heels over, and it just too much strain.
It's possible, very possible. We cannot eliminate any possibilities, Mr. 4040.
No, that's right.
Can you get over here-ish? No, no. I know what I'm trying to do, damn it. This is not working.
Uh-huh.
No, that didn't work. Fuck it, it'll do. I'm happy with that, ish. How about you? Do you think that's enough? That's an extra 8, I think, in total? No.
I think that's okay, but if it happens again, we need to zoom in to see what happens and when, because as far as I remembered, all those struts just disappear. They just insto disappear, and I'm not sure what happens. Do they disappear earlier on in the flight and then tipping over causes the problem? Or do they just give out? Do they delete themselves?
Considering they are the highest strength anything in the game, it's very annoying. Ooh,
well, I'm going to keep my eye on them just in case.
I'll try and zoom in a bit more. Is there a way of scrolling up and down?
Kind of, but it's fiddly. There's not an easy way, let's put it that way. Because you point your camera down, so you're... And then you scroll out, and then you turn again, and you'll have moved up the length of the rocket. There you go, point your camera down like that, and then scroll out. Which means your viewpoint moves up, and then move again.
It hasn't happened, it's still focused on the middle. If anybody knows how to alter the camera, let us know.
Hold the middle mouse button and move it. It moves at an angle.
There we go.
Does that help?
Middle mouse button. Middle mouse button. Whoop whoop. Oh, it's still zooming around. Right.
Okay, do you want to manually launch this, or do you want to launch this with MechJeb?
MechJeb. MechJeb.
Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh, I don't want to use it. I hate MechJeb. Ah, might as well use it this time.
Right, because we have... If this is fixed, we want to have... I think we'll have this in a higher orbit this time.
You don't want to mate this one with the other one?
No. Separate station.
Okay.
I don't want too much of a redundancy, jeez.
Okay.
And off we go.
Right, I'm not going to watch anything, I'm just going to watch the struts to see if they disappear and when they do. You can keep an eye on everything else.
Thanks, mate.
Helping!
So far so good, though.
Well, yeah, it's still tweaking about them a bit. It was just that middle engine bit right at the top of its turn. I mean, as pretty as the cowling is, getting rid of that cowling helps a bit.
Yes, true. Very true. I hate to admit that, but true.
You hate to admit that I'm right?
I do hate to admit you're right. Anytime you're right, it inflates your ego.
I don't have an ego.
You do have an ego. Okay, admittedly it's not as strong as, say...
Yours.
I don't have an ego. I hate admitting I'm right. Watson. Watson's ego.
Now, Watson doesn't have any ego, he's just made out of 100% troll.
He's also very good at Formula 1, and he's such a massive troll.
Does that count as having a big ego?
When he keeps on telling you about how great he is, then yes, it does. I do wonder if you actually know what ego means 40-40.
It's all good.
Speaking of all good, that's holding up.
I'm liking the look of it. I think we've lost a couple of struts. You notice some of them are gone?
Yeah, there's one here that's gone. There's all these ones that are there when we first built the thing, from when we added the decouplers. Right, nothing can be done about that.
Alright, I'm just like letting you know that some of them have already disappeared.
Yeah, I see one's definitely disappeared. These ones on the outside don't count because they were never attached to anything in the first place.
Right, we're getting close to the bit where we lost the last one. Yeah, it's
Grabs the roll.
over now. It's getting close to the bit where it started shearing, so...
No, we're past that stage.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're at 21,000 now. Last time, when we got the last launch up in space, that only got to 12,000. Now we're on 24, 25, and we're about to stage successfully for the first time in about 2 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Boom.
Stage.
Stage. 40-40.
Whee!
Mr. 40-40.
Oh,
Give yourself a high five.
The nose cone's bumping around a bit.
It's gone.
Oh, the nose cone's come off.
I'd say it's come off, yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, you've lost your decoupler. Okay, I don't know what kind of happened there. As soon as you hit the thrust cuts, it'll probably drop off. I just hope it doesn't hit anything on the way off. Okay. Well, that sheared off when you... just before it decoupled, you notice the engine's blipped?
Yeah. Wait, we need the orbit info, don't we? Yes.
Yep. Just so you can check out.
Apoapsis is going quite nicely up.
Yes, it is. Well, the nose cone is not going to be a problem anymore. It's just wobbling around. As long as it doesn't come off an awkward angle and knock something off. Because your fins don't matter anymore, and the nose cone doesn't matter anymore now you're in space.
I'll stick the RCS on then. Whoa,
Oh.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh! Whoa! What was that? Oh, yeah.
I don't know, but we've still got a decoupler in the front, everybody.
Oh, I know what it was doing as well. It was doing its blipping of the engine before it turns off.
Hmm.
That's what happened. It wasn't your fault.
RCS off, because we're in... Oh, we were in time warp. No,
Yeah.
I'll leave that, but we will stick out the solar panels.
Yeah, I mean, the engines generate power. I mean,
There's no harm in it.
a lot of my stuff, if I'm not doing anything with them and I've got just enough power to tick over, I'll turn off MechJeb, which you can do, and then suck in the solar panels because you've got the little nuclear generator things, which means it's got less of those delicate solar panels that somebody can knock off. But then again, you might not be bothered by that. You might be like peacefully venturing into the stars and not really know much about the history or something. Role play, everybody, role play. Oh, you see the way it's glitching on everything that's behind it? It's kind of trapping themselves on it.
Yes, I do.
Causing it to talk weirdly.
Right, that's that done. We've got lots of fuel left. Lots of fuel. We could probably increase
I
the
reckon that could get to the moon. I reckon that design, as it is right now, with the fuel it's got, you can put that around the moon and circularize it.
Let's not worry about killing the rotation then. Should we set the moon as a target? Let's actually try that, why not?
Save. Quick save now.
Which is F5?
Yep.
Yep.
So that if it doesn't work, you can go back to this and leave it as it is.
Moon set as target. Then we need the maneuver planner.
If you want. I've not used it to get to the moon before. I'm sure it works fine.
How would you go to the moon then? With MechJeb? Because I'm just doing
You
it.
see where it says the circularized bit? You've got those arrows backwards and forwards.
Yes.
Click those arrows until you find the relevant section, which is to do with find
Match planes with target. Home and transfer to target. Is that the gravity shot thing?
yeah, which is not useful for the mon.
Transfer to another planet.
Yeah, transfer to another planet. Create node.
Current plot maneuver. Use regular home and transfer function to
Yeah.
intercept another body. So we have to use the Homan. Okay.
You can do if you want to. I don't think it's the most. You see how far it pushes you out if it doesn't capture you. It's not the most economical. Not for you.
This is really, really glitchy, by the way. I don't know if it's coming across for Skype. It will come across in the recording, but wow, this is awful.
I wouldn't use the Homan maneuver because it's good for intercepts. It's not good for getting out to things like the Mun because it burns too much power.
Let's remove all the nodes. And how would you? Let's just turn off the
I'd
maneuver
set it up
planner.
like we just get to the Mun normally. Just create your own maneuver nodes and then just stretch it out and then get it to match and there you go.
So much messier, jeez. Where are we anyway? That's the Aurora beacon. We need to rename that actually, don't we?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, whoa, no, we don't hit escape. Wrong game.
Yeah, hit escape and then hit end flight. You'd be a good chap.
Where's my control module? Shit. The AI thing's here somewhere.
Yep.
Rename vessel.
You can't use MechJeb to rename. So your idea is to perhaps, if you can, get this around the Mun, and there you go. You've got one thing around Kerbal and one thing around the Mun. And then you can do orbital operations around those two bodies.
Yay. Screw you, Nightshade. I'm ahead of you. Ha.
It's
Right.
not hard. It's not hard to get ahead of Nightshade.
Fucking hell. So.
Bless him. He's a bit derpy with his designs. It's all about form. Form is first, so it has to look pretty. He has an idea of what shape it should be. And then he tries to build something that will launch it, as opposed to our way round, which is build something that works, then try and make it look pretty afterwards if necessary. Well, this is all fairly standard stuff, but you look how not so screwed up the orbit is compared to what MechJeb wanted.
There we go. Exactly what MechJeb gave us.
Is it?
More or less.
My general, what I generally have picked up is I feel, I mean, I've not like tested it, but I'm pretty sure that MechJeb is less economical. It does the math for you, but I'm pretty sure if you try and work stuff out yourself, you can always do it and slightly more economical than MechJeb will ever do it. Also, getting to the mud is easy. You know how to do that.
Yes, but I want MechJeb to do it. We've got MechJeb, we might as well use it.
Oh, okay.
So, actually,
Quick
let's
save.
just
Doesn't matter if it screws it up, does it?
remove all nodes.
Yep.
Create node to get us to the mun, and then execute node.
Yep. At which point, it'll auto warp you to the node because you've got auto warp checked, which is good.
Create and execute, actually. Boom.
Yep.
Smartass is in auto mode. Recommend starting Hohmann transfers from a near circular orbit. Planned transfer is starting from an orbit with eccentricity 0.88 and so may not intercept target properly.
Yeah, it's moaning that you don't have a completely flat orbit because it says you've got a 0.88 eccentricity, which is hardly anything. Do you know what I mean? As far as we're concerned, you're flat.
Why is it not auto warping?
I'd say
Abort
do it
node
yourself.
execution.
Sometimes MechJeb is stupid.
Yes. Let's warp ourselves to the node then. Where are we? What's it telling me about tsunami for? I don't want to know about tsunami. I just want to warp to the node. That's all I want to do. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. I'm getting too good at this, I swear. I swear it.
There's lots of things getting too good at it. Getting to the mun should be easy for us too.
Create and execute. There we go. So then once we get there, how do we actually get ourselves captured?
Tell it to point you in the retrograde and burn. Because it'll automatically point you retrograde, won't it?
There's nothing on MechJeb to actually say capture, then?
No, it'll get you to the target and then... I generally don't use MechJeb for this kind of stuff because I know it's a bit iffy sometimes. I'd rather just do it myself.
Look, if you're going to install MechJeb, you might as well use it properly, is all I'm saying.
So from being somebody who's like, no, MechJeb is stupid, I don't want to do anything with it, rah rah rah.
It is! It is completely stupid, I don't like it, but if it's there, I'm going to use it. Just to make your job a bit harder, should you decide to attack me.
Wait, what? How will that make my job harder?
If I can use MechJeb to the point where I can go stupid places, good luck finding me, bitch.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, there is that if you want to. I mean, admittedly, myself and Nightshades, we had our operations limited to just around Kerbal, not through any kind of agreement or anything, we just never got any further out. So, you know, if you want to be the first one out there, then go ahead.
Where are we going, sorry? I forget.
Mun. We're going to the Mun.
Oh.
In fact, you're crash landing on the Mun by the looks of it, so far.
There's a node here for whatever reason.
Remember, when you get away from the planet, it's always good to do the inclination change away from the planet.
What are these maneuvers for? We don't need that.
That might be the retrograde burn. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Transfer to another planet. We're on the way to the Mun, so we can remove all nodes. Create node. Use. Oh, we have to intercept a body before. Okay. So that's just a case of fast forward. Get the encounter.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing here, honest.
Okay. I'm just watching. It's like la 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 la. Trust to MechJeb.
Trust in MechJeb. Go on, fast forward. Bloody thing. Not too fast though. Do 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 do. A little bit more. Stop, 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 stop. Now create me a node, please, to get captured to the planet. Must select. Oh fuck! I must select a target. Fine, select. Okay, why did it just deselect the target?
What?
Set target.
That looks like it's going to crash into the mud. I'd burn retrograde if I was you and slow yourself down, because that looks like you're going to crash.
It does, doesn't it? Just a bit. And I also can't set it as a target.
Alright, just tell it to point retrograde and go for it.
So...
At the very worst, you just hit F9 and boom, you're back around Kerbal. No problems.
This is true, so retrograde.
Yeah, same as circularizing normally.
You're seeing this, though, aren't you? But we're clicking on it. Click on set as target. It goes green for a split second and it disappears again.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Screwy.
I think MechJeb is conflicting somehow. It's screwing up somehow.
Let's get rid of that and try again. No. Anyway, we're now pointing retrograde, so throttle up a bit.
Yep, throttle up. Let's see if we can kind of... Let's try and sort this out. Magic is happening. See the yellow moving?
Yeah.
We just need that to snap all the way around and hopefully we can make a circuit orbit.
Like that one?
Keep going.
Do you want me to slow it down at all?
Hold on a minute. Is that heading directly at the moon now? Have you now literally stopped in relation to the moon? Yeah, you have. Look, your orbital speed in relation to the moon is only 6. Wow.
We have now been captured by the Mundo.
Oh, you've just swapped. You've literally just... Okay. I know what you've done. You slowed down to such a degree that you're now starting to go around the moon in the opposite direction. So, point prograde and keep burning.
We seem to have drifted off our target quite a bit as well.
No, you haven't. You had retrograde pointed, and assuming the retrograde and prograde markers flipped, it's then moved itself.
I see now, yes.
Okay, I think that is MechJeb goofing up. It plotted a course that just throws you directly into the middle of the moon, rather than around it at a set angle.
What you really
Gone
could do
past the AP. Have you gone past the AP, or are you...
I think we're coming up to it.
Once you get the AP, then burn... Once you get to the AP, burn prograde as hard as you can, and then...
So try and circularize the orbit?
Yeah. Because right now, because the path you're on, the prograde and retrograde is either pointing directly away from or directly to the moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you get to that bit where it loops over the top, where it actually loops, that's the bit where... See, it's moving now. Stop.
Oh, whoa, 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 shit, too much.
Okay, you want to point at the horizon. You want to point exactly halfway between the prograde and the retrograde, point at the horizon, and then burn there, and that should, fingers crossed, that's the exact halfway point there, and that should just widen it instead.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, there we go. And if you keep doing that, you'll end up with a, ta-da! There you go! Saving the day.
Nice on 4040, you are a fucking star. Although, that's an interesting orbit we have now.
We've got a polar orbit. Which, if you think about it, is quite a cool orbit, because polar orbits are hard to intercept.
This is true. Very true.
In fact,
Circularise. No.
oh no, just bad MechJeb.
Well, so we'll get to periapsis and...
look at, first of all, you want your... Do you want to reduce the AP or increase the...
We want to reduce the apoapsis, I think.
Right, so go to your periapsis.
Actually,
Try the periapsis.
Is it attitude
You can
adjustment? No.
program MechJeb to change it for you automatically if you want. What is it you're trying to do?
I don't know, I had it before. Shit.
Maneuver planner.
Yeah, I'm having a brain fart, don't mind me.
And smart ASS. Those are the two that you want. Wait, also, I'd suggest, just so you can keep an eye on stuff, your orbital info, which is the third from the bottom. Right, that tells us what your AP and PE is, which means that your PE is 30,000, 130,000, which means that in your maneuver planner, when you can type that you want your AP, your new AP, change apoapsis to something, or both. I generally prefer to get to a particular point that you want it to be at, and then you just click circularize. It'll throw... yeah. It'll
The
throw...
apoapsis can be lower than the attitude of the burn? How rude.
It's being stupid. Put the new apoapsis of being 101 and new periapsis being 100. I think that might be it. It's either that or it's complaining because you're too high. Right, it's complaining because you're currently too high and your periapsis is too high anyway.
So I'll just fast forward time a bit. Get ourselves to the periapsis.
Yeah, go to periapsis, then just click circularize. And then it'll just burn it. It'll burn it down to what your current periapsis is.
True.
And there you go. Jobs are good.
Jobs are good and indeed.
And there you go. You'll have had 2 launches, and you'll be covering 2 orbital bodies, which means that you can do stuff in and around the Mun and on Kerbal.
You have to explain that to me next time. I assume you'll be helping me with the next one.
Oh,
I'd like you to help me with the next one, even
yeah,
if it
sure.
means you're
I've
cheating.
got no problem with that.
I know you don't. Right, circularize. Oh, wait.
Create and execute, you want? If you don't tell it to create and execute, it won't do it. There you go. Now it will try and circularize it at the point that it's at right now. Which is fine as far as you're concerned, really.
Mm.
And, yeah.
Stretchy stretch, because I've been sitting here for a while. I don't know about you, 4040.
That's all good. I might suggest, though, for your next thing, whatever you'd like to do, that you might want to put your minds towards a vehicle that will help defend your fleet.
You really, really want me to make a combat vessel, don't you?
Well, not so much a combat vessel, there's a utility vessel. It's a vessel that you can... It's got mounting hardpoints on it that you could put weapons on, but you can also load extra fuel on, or extra crew pods, or landers, so if you get it around the Mun, you can decouple the landers so they can go land on the Mun. It sounds like you want to be utility, kind of...
Research and development, sir. Research and development.
Yeah. I mean, Nightshade Industries is a mining operation and company that seems to have glitches that it ends up firing these massive drill core things at other people's ships, claiming that it's just an accident. It's a bit underhanded, might I add. Mine is a government contractor who makes weapons and development for the government and for itself in regards to colonising new space. And it seems like you are an R&D company.
With no intentions of making weapons.
No intention.
Unless I have to, I suppose.
Doesn't mean you won't have to, it just means that you don't intend to right now.
Don't intend to, full stop, I'm a pacifist!
Making a utility vessel, which you could weaponise if you were pushed to that point, might be an idea.
If I was pushed, it's not an excuse for you to go pushing me though, bitch.
Hey, at the moment you're the only target. Nightshade's got the choice of targets.
He does, actually.
Does he go after the people who are relatively undefended, or does he go after his old arch nemesis who has actually got a combat vessel in orbit already?
He's going to be spoiled for choice, because I've got 2 things and you've got millions.
Yep. Bear in mind, he can't act on it, he can just plan for it. That's the good and bad thing of going last. Going last means that he can see what we've done, but he can't attack us or do anything in regards to it. And then when it comes round to my go, having put all my pieces up first, not knowing what you guys are going to do, I then get to react to what you guys done. So kind of going first, you're at a disadvantage because you're just facing a blank canvas. You don't know what to do.
Well, I think that's my... Oh, shit. That's my turn done then, sir.
Oh, there we go then. So,
Space Center.
not much PvP's actually been going on, but... You know, we've got some cool stuff, you've got some stuff launched, and you're now in a really good position to be able to launch anything you need.
Right. On that note then, I suppose it's time to put this all into a file and send it over to Nightshade.
It is.
And that's the end of this round of PvP. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Mod.
I've been 4040.
If you enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to check out this Nightshade recording as well.
I believe he is recording, although he has yet to put up any content. I think he's having a bit of hardware or software issues.
So 4040 is definitely going to put this up on his channel. As always,
Yes.
his channel will be in the description, as with every other Kerbal video we've done together.
Yeah, my first episode is already up and live.
I might actually try to avoid watching him, if I'm honest, purely so I can play as blind and react to what I see when I load up, rather than watching your stuff and going, oh.
Okay.
You know how I feel from years gone by. You know how I feel about metagaming.
No, that's fair enough. Although you might go, fuck, where's my ship gone? And then you might want to go watch it just to find out what happened.
That sort of reaction I'll be fine with. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hit like, subscribe, share with your friends. You know the drill. Dream big. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.